What up, y'all? Uncle TJ, man, on this good Sunday, checking out some football, watching the Bengals and the Eagles. Hopefully the Bengals win. That's one of my teams. I like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I think they got another receiver that I like too, but anyway, you know, I've been having a great wonderful weekend. I just came on here. I had some little story time for y'all today. So here you go, man. So I met this girl like back when POF was popping. So I meet this girl POF, and I was living in Georgia at the time, and she lived in Georgia. She just didn't live in Atlanta where I was at. So I had seen her a couple times. She was digging me, bam. So she leave her town where she from. She come move up there to Georgia, and I had roommates or whatever at the time. I was living with some of my homies. We had a nice little, I say a nice, not little, but a nice big crib, decent or whatever. And so she might have moved up there. She moved up there in the summer sometime, and then I wound up getting booked that summer, and I was still on parole. So it wasn't no bond, it wasn't no getting out of that jam at all. And so initially, I didn't really see no like character defects. It was just like one time this girl Cece had called my phone, and she was asking me questions about Cece, like who is Cece, like what do Cece want. I'm like, Cece wants some dick, baby. That's what Cece want. Because at the time I'm still married. In 2017, I was still married to a woman, of course. Don't get it twisted. Um, but we had been separated, so I finally had made the decision, like, okay, well, I'm gonna go ahead and date, cause we not getting back together. And so she did call herself getting mad, cause somebody else was calling my phone. But I mean, I'm just dating. Like, well, it's like, is you cool? Like, calm down. So anyway, I get locked up, and shit, she stayed down. She always had me like every week. But I had some money put up, cause I was catching plays or whatever. So I had probably like $5,000 at the crib. So I'm like, man, send my mama whatever amount, and then put the rest of the money on my books. And even though me and this girl ain't know each other like that, she did keep it solid at this point in our relationship. So she did that or whatever. Everything was cool, because the people that I was living with, like, I just wasn't finna. I mean, if worse came to worse, like if the girl wasn't there, then I wouldn't have had no other choice but to tell them where the stash was at, because we was actually finna move out of their house and move in another house. So, um, so I'm in jail or whatever, and I got the girl that's in Atlanta, and I got a girlfriend in Chicago. So my girlfriend in Chicago was more of the like she real intelligent. She got her master's degree. So when I need her to make phone calls related to my case, whether it be like give me an attorney, do this, do that, that was her role or whatever. And the other girl was more like, she wasn't really a street girl. She was kind of like all over the place. She worked. She come from a good family, and she sold meth too. So So she understood like jail and, you know, the things that needed to get done as far as jail was concerned. So, bam. Okay, so moving right along, I get to prison because, you know, I'm on a parole hold, so I had to go back to prison, complete the rest of my time that I had on parole. So I go to prison, and I automatically, like, as soon as I get to prison, bam, one of my people stepped. She getting cigarettes in, so you know what I'm saying? Off the muscle, I'm still in diagnostics. No cap, like, no, I'm never finna sit in front of this camera and tell y'all nothing that I ain't did, nothing I ain't actually been through. I ain't here for none of that. Like, I ain't here to be coming up with fairy tales. Like, these real, true stories. So I'm in diagnostic, and I got the cigarette line jumping. So the prison that we was at, they got a halfway house that's attached to the prison. So the girls that was going out every day, that was working at the halfway house, they was bringing in, you know, cigarettes and shooting them to, you know, the people that were still in prison. So my homie Step had that going on. So bam, I got it jumping. Man, why they transfer me? They transferred me to Pulaski. So I go down to Pulaski, ain't no motion down there. I'm like, man, nigga can't get $1 down here. Like, this shit weak as hell. So damn, what did happen? The officer had like a physical altercation with my roommate. So officer had a physical altercation. We coming in, and I had a roommate. She was a young girl, you know what I'm saying? And she just talked crazy, and everybody know that about her. She talk crazy. So it's an officer like my size, big ass bitch, and she fucking with this little girl. Like, this little girl might have been 100 pounds, about 5 to 100 pounds, soaking wet. So, you know what I'm saying? She wound up sending like me, my roommate, and like I think like 3 more people. Whoever all was coming in the door at that particular time when she started fucking with Kia, we all went to lockdown. And then like a week later, they shipped me up out that bitch and sent me back to Lee Arendelle. Cool, yes, I'm finna get this money while I'm sitting here. Shit, you know what I'm saying? So, damn, I get back to where I want to be, where I can make some money and shit. So, I was in this dorm. I was in this one dorm with this girl. So I was messing around. You know, like I'm gonna have some bitches, like dead ass. Like I don't give a fuck like where the fuck I'm at. I don't give a fuck where I'm at. I'm gonna have some hoes. Period. I don't give a fuck. Like, this shit ain't gonna never stop, you know. And well, I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna never stop, because I hope that I get married eventually. But you know, I'm thinking back to that time, and that time in my life of 2018. Like, no, I ain't on none of that sucker shit. So I started messing with this girl named Sassy. And Sassy cool. She work in the kitchen. She gonna cook good for you, all that. But it was this other girl named Bree that lived in the dorm, and Sassy trying to tell me like I can't fuck with Bree. Girl, if you don't get the fuck out my face, bitch, you cannot tell me what I can and can't do. You're not my girlfriend. Who is you? You know what I'm saying? Like, we fuck and you feed me. Fuck, get the fuck out of here. So Sassy started getting on some real live bug shit. Like, not even really stalking. I wouldn't even call it stalking, but just irritating that shit. Like, I'm in my room. Bitch, don't pop up in my room. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Get the fuck out my motherfucking room, bitch. I didn't invite you in my room. Stay from up out of here, okay? Leave me alone. Like, cause we all used to watch basketball and shit too. And she do like basketball. Like she wasn't just like watching basketball just to be around the niggas or whatever. She really into basketball. So cool. But like we in there watching basketball, you know what I'm saying? You looking at me? What's the game, bitch? You know what I'm saying? Damn. So I wind up calling Priya, right? So they got this line called Priya. So Priya is like some prevent rape, something in prison shit. And I'm like, you know, this bitch harassing me. Me and her has a sexual relationship, and now she keep on, you know what I'm saying, harassing me, and I'm uncomfortable, and I just want to move, you know, away from her. So they wind up, they call themselves trying to be funny, and they put me in the old folks dorm. So, okay, cool. They put me in the old folks dorm. Bam! There go the line, because the other avenues that they had going on previously with the cigarettes coming through the transitional center, that shit had slowed down. It wasn't popping like it was. So, bam, they put me in there with the girls that got outside detail. Now, don't get this confused with transitional center, because these is actual inmates that's in custody, but they got a pig farm. They got a detail where I think you just go on the side of the road and clean up the side of the road, shit like that. But these girls leave the prison every day, come back in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? They go to the pig farm. So that was the play right there. So the girl that I was messing with, she she started doing drops for me. So she started doing drops or whatever. She'll do the drops, and I was getting, you know, I was getting cigarettes, I was getting weed. I ain't had no cell phone. I wouldn't even think about no cell phone, cause they was bringing it back through they was bringing it in through they pussy. So how a bitch gonna stuff a phone up they pussy? I couldn't even imagine that. So they'll bring my weed in first. You know what I'm saying? I'll pay them a carton of cigarettes. It was two girls that stayed in my dorm. It was these two white girls. So I paid them a carton for bringing in the weed. So each one of them, I had like an ounce of weed. I paid them a carton just for the weed. And then, like, I forgot how I did it with the cigarettes. I think like they could bring in 30 at a time. They'll saran wrap it or whatever. Damn, how many packs did I get off of that shit? Maybe about 2 packs off a carton or something. I don't know. I don't remember the numbers. But at the time, everybody was selling, they was selling joints for like $15. So I'm a real hustler. So I'm selling motherfuckers, because I only got some mid. I ain't trying to get no gas and all that shit. So I'm selling motherfuckers 5 joints for $25. And a pack of cigarettes was going for $150. Like Newports, you know what I'm saying? Like that's all I used to get was Newports, because that's what the people wanted. And so me and the girl, we was doing business, you know. So this 2018, really cash out shit wasn't jumping. But she stayed having to go to MoneyGram, Western Union, MoneyGram, Western Union, MoneyGram, Western Union. You know, more to the story is you ain't, you know what I'm saying, just doing this shit for free. Like you getting your cut, and I'm the motherfucker on the inside that's making this shit happen, you know. And the old folks dorm, man, I promise y'all, like you would think that motherfuckers would be snitching and shit like that. People call my name all day. TJ, somebody at the window. They giving me the confirmation number. They, you know what I'm saying, it was like a hole in the window and shit. And like, you know, so they give me the confirmation number. Bam. Once I know the money there, and she got the money, then bam, then I give them the squares or whatever. So we kept that going. So once I got out of prison, I probably had maybe about a 4 month run on that. So by the time I got out of prison, I had a nice little amount of money and shit. So she come pick me up, you know what I'm saying? I tell her what I want to wear up out of there. And I get out. I only had to do a year. I only had a year left. I had a year left on parole. And I when I played out for the case I had caught, they gave me 7 years served 1 year. So bam, I got locked up in August. I got out in August. I'm out of there. So everything at first like it's cool, you know, it's cool, but she didn't get no apartment, you know, like all this money that you got, like I don't understand. So we stand in a fucking hotel. So we stand in the hotel and shit, and so I'm just chilling, you know, like I done been locked up. I'm just trying to chill right now. And she was cool with it or whatever. So we like we go to Miami one time. We go to Miami and shit, and one of the hoes called me. So one of the hoes called me. This bitch all in my phone. Like, who the fuck that miserable that you go on vacation looking through a nigga phone? Like, bitch, what's wrong with you? So we wind up getting into a physical altercation. Down in fucking Fort Lauderdale, because that's why our hotel was in Fort Lauderdale, you know. And we went down to Miami, whatever, you know. Her family stay down there. And I was having a good time, except for that little shit right there. So here you go. That's when you show me like all that miserable ass shit. Like, bitch, you tweaking. Like, you a real weird ass bitch for that. So then it was just like, you know, just different instances. Like one time I'm on the phone, like I'm talking to one of my homegirls from Chicago and shit, and she like, oh, like you too happy to be on the phone. Like, bitch, yeah, like this is my buddy. What the fuck? I can't be happy to talk to my friend? What's wrong with you? So basically, she started showing me like her character and what type of person she was. So some shit had kicked off, and I don't really know how she fucked with my clothes the first time, but something had happened, and did I get locked up? Damn, I can't really remember, y'all. But something had happened, and my clothes, like, you know, I had this True Religion jacket, I had a True Religion hoodie, some more shit, and my shit just gone. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, why would you fuck with my shit, ho? And so then after that, I just seen like she was greedy and selfish. Like how I let her in on my jug and shit, my lick that I had going on when I was in prison. She wasn't the same way, you know. She wasn't the same way with hers. Like she was working in advanced auto parts, and she was selling shit like batteries, shit like that up under the table or whatever, you know. And just a disclosure for all this. I'm not snitching. This shit way past the statute of limitations. Like I said, this is 2018. So anybody, I'm just telling my story. Okay, bam. Let me get that disclosure. And she never cut me in on the money. She'll be like, you know, she wanna like give me little crumbs and shit. Like when it be raining, she'll sell a bunch of windshield wipers, and then she'll give me the receipts for the windshield wipers. I'll go to another store and you know, just petty ass shit. So I'm like, fuck that bitch. So I started just hustling, trapping out the hotel. You know, that's what they do in Atlanta anyway. So I'm just trapping out the hotel and give me some money that way. Because I'm not finna kiss your ass, you know what I'm saying, for no money, bitch. Because you ain't have to kiss mine to get in on my hustle, you know. But that just goes to show you. You know, You will show somebody love and they'll give you their ass to kiss. Like, for real. So, hey, whatever. Whatever, sis. Good luck with that. And like I done said in previous videos, I always want my people, if I'm fucking with you, if I'm around you, I see, you know what I'm saying, any way that I could help you out or assist you, and because you struggling and you hurting and you down bad, you know what I'm saying, not that that's my responsibility to do it, but that's just the type of heart I got, you know, and that's that on that. So shit, we wind up getting into a physical altercation at the hotel one day. Like, she just woke up on some miserable ass shit, like fucking with me. So bam, well, I fired on her ass, you know what I'm saying, fired on the bitch. And fast forward, I see the body cam footage. I go to my attorney, get the body cam footage. Man, do y'all know this bitch? The same bitch came to pick me up from prison. The same bitch know I done been to prison 4 times, was trying to send me back to prison because I beat her motherfucking ass for some shit that she did to me, Joe. Like, I ain't just wake up like, oh, I'm finna beat her ass, you know? Not there is no excuse for domestic violence. I did that. I made a horrible decision. But you got on camera telling them folks it's a large quantity. But I knew I was finna go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I got real street sense. I knew when that bitch motherfucking whole forehead damn near swole up, like that bitch looking like a rhino by the forehead. I said, oh yeah, she ain't finna let that one slide. I know I'm finna get booked. So I had packed my stuff and I had my weed and my pills and shit in my stuff. But I knew she was finna call the police on me, so I had moved it and put it in her belongings. I had took it out of my stuff. So I'm looking on the body cam, and she like, yeah, it's a large quantity of marijuana in there. She got pills in there. It's a gun in there. Damn, you a dirty ass bitch. But hey, it wasn't shit in none of they went through all my stuff. It wasn't nothing in there. You know what I'm saying? So they just booked me on the domestic. She wind up not showing up in court, whatever. And it's just safe to say I stopped fucking with her. Hell yeah, I stopped fucking with her. And after that, she started fucking with this other nigga that I had been locked up with. Good, so you could leave me the fuck alone. Now that curse off of me. Man, bro. Whew. Thank you. So eventually, me and her wind up being cool. So we cool or whatever. And I go over her house one day, and she was doing eyelashes or whatever. So it was her, it was this trans woman over there. So it really wasn't shit going on. Like, you doing eyelashes. I don't really hang out with no trans women. I'm finna get the fuck on. She just had wanted me. She had cash out me the money. I brought her some cigarettes, them little blue Seagram drink, and some Patron. That's what she had asked me to get her. Next day, I motherfucking get a call from the trans woman, Bree. Bree called me. She was like, man, I came in the house and Tarika dead. I said, what? She dead, bruh. That shit was weird. That shit was just weird. But all my mind could go to, y'all, was how low down and dirty the bitch did me. Like, God is not pleased. This the message. God is not pleased. Like, people can think that they get people can think that they getting away with some shit. People could think, you know what I'm saying? This shit a game. How you treat people, how you handle people. Man, when somebody has been good to you, don't be ungrateful. Do not let the same motherfucker that taught you how to fly, once you start flying, don't shit on them. Go shit on somebody else. Don't shit on the motherfucker that was around when you was dragging your goddamn wings. You understand me? Understand me, man. And that's just a word. That's just a word for the day. You know, it's like I couldn't even be sad that she was dead, even though that was my ex-girlfriend, somebody that I spent, you know what I'm saying, time with, lay next to, all of that. Cause the bitch did me so dirty, you know. But I had to forgive her for my own reasons. You know what I'm saying? And I did. And she actually turned out to be a okay person outside of a relationship. She was really a okay person once I learned that side of her. But, you know, man, you do fucked up things to fucked up people, then, you know, it probably ain't no consequences. But when I tell you that Allah has so much protection on my life, has blessed my life so abundantly, I mean, it is just safe to say, anybody, I would encourage you, when you meet those special people, don't fuck over them people, man, because you never, ever know what's going to happen to you, what's going to happen to somebody you love. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, be mindful. I tell y'all that all the time now. Be mindful. You better be careful what you do to me, because it might turn around on you. All right, y'all. Have a great Sunday.